Why did you click on this video? Like, why? It's useless. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gladiators Tribe, and today we're gonna be doing the most subjective and useless video that I've ever done in the history of this channel, because we're gonna be doing a top 5, or technically a top 7 of best looking rackets on the market right now. Can a video be any more subjective? Not only do I not really ever talk about the paint job in my racket reviews, it's just something you shouldn't really look at or even think about when choosing a racket to play with, because I mean, it doesn't really play a role. However, as we all know, in reality, the paint job does affect our decisions quite a bit. In fact, when I was choosing my racket of choice, the Head Gravity Pro, I was choosing between the Speed Pro and the Head Gravity Pro, and ended up going for the Gravity because, like, a big part of the reason why was the paint job. And I must say that the Speed Pro at the time was probably the better racket for my tennis, but in the long run, the Gravity was the better choice. But yeah, in the moment, the paint job influenced me so much that I ended up picking one racket over the other. So, you know, might as well talk about this, right? And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Starting with racket number 5. So, the racket number 5 is the Head Extreme. All of them. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's the MP or the Pro. This particular one is the Pro, which I still haven't reviewed yet, but I will do this, I promise. But yes, guys, just the fact that it's like so neon yellow that it can pretty much distract your opponents, just, I don't know, I just really like it. I don't think I've ever been as surprised opening a racket from a box as I was when I opened this Head Extremes that I got just recently, because I mean, they just sort of explode in your face, and I really like it. The yellow is not my favorite color by far, but it really looks good on this Extreme. I'm not a fan of the Extreme lineup, but the paint job is sexy, I gotta say. Moving on to racket number 4. Oh, this is the Yonex E-Zone 100. Never liked ever the designs of Yonex rackets. I don't know what's up with guys in Japan, but I guess the design is just not your thing, guys. I'm sorry, but this particular paint job of the E-Zone, I'm really digging it. I reviewed the E-Zone 100 and the E-Zone 98 and other paint jobs, but when they launched this one, I was like, yeah, okay, you're really starting to get the hang of it. It's just, it's nothing crazy. It's just, I would say, what is this, black or like super dark blue? I'm not sure, but it just looks sleek, nice, and honestly, the rest of the rackets in the list are going to be kind of in the similar area in terms of design, but I think this is probably the best looking racket from Yonex for sure, and one of the best ones currently available on the market. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's move on to racket number, what is that going to be? 5, 4, 3. It is the Head Speed Legend. Again, doesn't matter whether you get the MP or the Pro, the color is pretty much the same. But I am really liking what they did with this limited edition, I guess. Head did a really good job. Again, super sleek, just all black with a little bit like of change of like I don't know, it's not a gradient, but it like changes color here. And it's just all black. It looks good. It kind of reminds me of the Wilson Pro Stuff 97 back in the days. And Head usually kind of really likes to play with the colors, you know, the Extreme, the Boom, the Instinct, just pretty much all of them. They kind of are like super flashy and in the face, and although some people might like it, me not necessarily. I like when my racket is kind of like, you know, classy and a little bit like down to earth. But yeah, this is racket number 3, but it kind of shares, I would say, shares number 3 with another racket from Head, and I wasn't sure whether I want this to be number 3 or this one, because I mean, this just has the Gladiators colors, and in my opinion, because I'm biased to this color, this is the best looking racket in the world, period. But yes, to be objective in terms of, you know, colors and paint jobs and the looks, I'm gonna say that it shares the number 3 spot together with the Head Speed Legend. But yeah, this, I mean, in close-up it looks even better, just like this change from this matte kind of like carbon graphene thing to this glossy Bordeaux, almost kind of like bloody color. I'm just loving it a lot. And I've yet to play with this racket, and it's a 95-inch head, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Probably none of you are going to watch the review of this racket because it's just not for everyone, but I'm excited. Lads, if you're actually gonna buy a racket based on its looks, The link to get it is going to be down in the description below together with our exclusive discount code that's going to save you some cash. This is not the way to buy a racket. Don't buy a racket based on the paint job. But if you're gonna, you know, just for fun, the link is down in the description. And yeah, back to the top 5. Let's move on to racket number 2. Or in fact, actually, it's 2 rackets again, but this time they're a little bit, they're not more similar, but I mean, yeah, they are more similar. But anyways, just check it out. Wilson Blade V9. Again, doesn't matter which one you get. The 100, the head is a little bit bigger, so it looks a little bit less sexy than the 98. But I mean, yeah, it's just the thing that they did, that Wilson did with the latest rackets that they've released, whether it's the Ultra, the Blade, the Burn, even the Clash, all of them are looking really, really good compared to last year. Was that last year or 2 years ago, where they had like that gray insert? Now they went, they knew what they were doing. It looks so good. Not sure about this orange thing here, the Wilson logo, but like the color is spot on and the design is spot on. But if we're only talking design, if we're not talking rackets, if you manage to get the Wilson Blade, the Wilson Blade Pro, it's glossy. And honestly, the glossiness of the pros, all of the Wilson rackets, the ones that are kind of like pros, they are glossy. And the ones that are, not all of them, but most of them. And those that are just like, you know, retail and normal ones are matte. And yeah, the glossy one looks way better in my opinion. But I mean, I don't think you'll be choosing a racket based on the paint job this much, because although they look very similar and you think it's just the glossiness, they're two different rackets, different molds, and they play very differently. So yes, let's move on to racket number 1. And I feel like you guys might kind of guess what it is. Because, you know, because of the latest racket releases and my opinion on the overall lineup of those rackets. But yeah, it is the RF1 Pro Future, normal one, whatever it is. I must say it looks worse than the Pro stuff in my opinion, because the carbon fiber insert that the Pro stuff used to have over here, and just the shape of the beam and everything, I really much rather preferred the Pro stuff. But you know, they still did a really, really good job with the design. And honestly, it's definitely one of the best looking rackets out there right now. Again, just all black with these gray inserts, kind of like, you know, referring to Federer's career or whatever. And I don't know, it's just classy, like it always is with Federer. And yeah, I mean, this is number 1. If I could put the Pro stuff 97 RF on this, I would, but the thing is, it's not on the market. It's an older racket, so it doesn't count. But yeah, this is number 1. Glads, let me know what you think about this list of top 5 or 6 or 7 best looking rackets on the market as of now. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, if you thought that this video was absolutely ridiculous and I didn't have to post it, but I just thought, like, why not, you know? It's fun. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know everything you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.